We're in the dining room now, Hannibal Lecter's dining room.
Yeah, we're still in Hannibal Lecter's dining room. Send help.
But we're in his kitchen beforehand.
Oh yeah.
It's time for dinner.
It is time for dinner, and Julia is being eaten.
Oh, whoa. It got sexy real quick.
No, it didn't. You're dispensable.
Satan.
Satan. But yeah, part 2. We want to talk about D. What do we want to talk about?
Just like we said before, if anybody wants to comment on the page. We're sorry for Black Holes mess up. We're not catching those. But
what comments were there to answer?
It's more of a group thing. But everybody comment on Facebook if you need to. Comment wherever. Everybody will be a little bit more alert, so we do apologize for how the first episode went. But first thing that I like to get into is that the ingenious that comes behind women's safety and the fact that I probably myself haven't invested into these genius ideas because
you're the cause of it.
A little bit.
Yeah. See? Am I wrong?
Not too wrong.
Exactly.
No.
We're not gonna get into that.
So what it was is that I seen something that Vinny and Joe the Bouncer were talking about. It's good, right?
It's good beer, man.
Shout out to Victoria Beer, Joe. You changed my life.
That is pretty good.
Joe, you changed mine by showing Darius.
You gotta put the salt in it though, baby. It's the only way. But either way,
it's the way it accents the beer.
Yeah. Right. So what made me start to think of this subject was on Facebook. There's a pepper spray, and it's kind of like life alert is what I like to look at it. Is if a woman's being attacked, she can mace somebody, and the mace takes a picture
of your face.
Takes a picture, uploads it to this database where it gets sent to somebody, and the cops are immediately alerted that you're not being.
That you're unsafe.
That's you're unsafe.
You're getting mugged.
You're getting mugged.
Oh, right.
Basically. And it's just, and that was the thing too, is I was like, women's safety things are so brutal.
Yeah.
Like when they explain it, like they're like, in case you're getting raped. And it's like, they had to call some guy in. So like voice over the automatic woman to explain it. But it got me thinking, it was like, so one of the things too is that there's a fingernail polish that you could wear and you could stir your drink. And if it turns a certain color, then you know your drink's been...
It's going to turn a certain color because it's fucking nail polish.
Mm-hmm. But it's supposed to turn a certain color if there's a roofie.
I think you know how nail polish works.
Yeah, it's not like that. It doesn't happen.
It's like an at-home
I have nail
test.
polish. You want me to like dip it in something and show you that it doesn't change?
No, not really.
Let's get a glass of water right now.
But if you dip it in and stir it, it'll change the color and it'll let you know if somebody's basically just tampered with your drink. In case in the future, fuck with you.
Right.
But it started making me think that men don't really have anything to protect it at all.
We don't. We've got our mitts.
But if we get roofied, I'm being knocked out. There's no...
Shit, I roofie myself.
You're like, yeah, I got hands until some black dude roofies you and carries you somewhere. And then it's scary.
Then you're
like
Nelson Biederman from Let's Be
Like if Dwayne The Rock Johnson busted into the house right now and wanted to rape everybody.
We've already had this discussion.
How are we going to do it?
He's going to hold your wrist. you say it because it's true. Because,
there should just be a thing that, like, guys, when they're like, I don't want to have sex, but woman's like, forcing them to do it. It gives them, like, a minor STD for, like, 2 days. It's like,
what's it called, though? What's the name of it?
I don't know, dick release or something. It's like, she forced herself on me, so I had to let the dick release. And it's like, now
that's a great slogan.
Now she has, like...
Now she has chlamydia for 3 days.
For, like, 2 days. But it's something, like, terrible for, like, 2 days. To show you shouldn't do that to men.
So she has, what, AIDS for, like, 2 days?
Yeah, for sure.
We're people. We are not objects. And we're not going to be taken advantage of.
Not a piece of meat for you to toss around.
Saying.
We're not going to be taken advantage of. I would back that.
Julia, what do you have to say?
About
Julia is...
Julia is safe, by the way.
Safe.
I'm fine.
Don't talk too much, though.
Yeah, don't stand up too quickly, either. You might pass out.
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm necessarily the best chick to answer questions like this.
Should guys have protection against women trying to
yes.
assault them?
However, there's no actual protection against women for that. So do I think that, like, men should inherently have it? No. Do I think that, like...
So you're saying for, like, protection, for a man to have protection against a woman for those kind of things, she She should have protection against those.
No, I'm saying that, like, men and women, as of right now, where there's no, like, official... Like, you guys talk about, like, how there's nail polish that you can stick in a drink, and...
You guys have a thing that you can stick inside of you, so if a man tries to rape you, spikes are going to come out of it.
Okay, that's fine. But that means that I have to walk around with a spiky thing shoved up inside me.
How much do you not want to get raped, though?
Well, no.
You gotta ask yourself that.
But that's a fucked up question. Because it's like, no, because
that's what they had to think about when they made it.
But that's the but I don't walk out into the world and be like, what if I get raped today?
Yeah,
or like, what if some dude comes at me? But it's like...
So when you go out, you said you have pepper spray, right?
I do have pepper spray.
So when you go out on a Friday night, you have that just
do you know why but do you know why I have pepper spray?
Yeah, because the Como Te Amos guy, whatever.
No. It's not even
in your face.
It's not even that. It's because I'm not a fighter. I'm not somebody that can take it. See, my problem
I am.
I know so many girls, and like, even when I say this, there's gonna be guys that kind of like roll their eyes, like, yeah, okay, whatever. But it's like, there's girls that can hold their fucking own.
No, there is.
Like, there are girls that exist that can beat the shit out of a dude.
Not me.
Just like the same.
Not me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's
It's never happened.
That's why. But that mentality is why I carry pepper spray.
Ashley,
Because nobody will.
Did you hear
Ashley will beat the shit out of you.
She said mentality. Did you catch that?
Oh wow, this is how it's gonna be. All right, let's do this.
Blackwell, just sit
No, I'm saying she said mentality.
Well, what should I have said?
It makes sense.
Well, mentality.
It does
No,
make sense that it
mentality.
is a bogus position to put yourself in, but you can't blame the situation.
And I
That's
don't.
happened.
No, I don't. I look at it as I carry pepper spray because I personally am a weak person, and it's not even like, oh, if a man tries to rape me, that's not the reason I carry it.
How much you bench?
I don't.
I have one leg. I don't carry a gun.
But I mean, it's one
It
of those.
does. Yeah, that does make sense. But that was the whole point, is that the ingenious behind it. But I mean,
But none of you guys even think to take pepper spray. Like, I'm not saying,
I
like,
might.
I get, like, you might sit there and think,
So,
I
like
got
you
pepper
can
spray.
take somebody, but it's like,
This is pepper. This is spray.
but, okay, but, like, you go out for the night, and
No, I don't.
you don't have this thought to yourself of, like, I mean, somebody might try some shit. Or, like, I'm not strong enough to
Whoa.
That's every mentality for a guy to go out. Like,
Every time
first off,
I
you're
ever
like,
go out
But-
in my life, I have to physically and mentally prep myself with everybody
just in
who's
case you're gonna
around
get in
me
a fight.
to let them know.
Are you gonna pull out pepper spray in the middle of a fight?
But-
You guys are at a bar and you're
But-
you're like, some dude starting shit with you.
Are you gonna pull? But that's the same thing. But our expectancy is to fight men. So I mean,
We're not
Right.
but today's standards, my worry is that I'm probably gonna get shot.
Yes.
So
Yep.
that's always there too. But I mean, that kind of qualifies up. It's up there. Dying. It's up there. At the end of the day, I know what people
But
are
do you
capable
carry
of and
pepper
stuff
spray
like
as
that.
a result of it?
But I don't. But
No.
Very
but
big
there's
ass
women who
knife.
don't carry pepper spray either.
I know there's not, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying that like I'm the opposite. I don't go out and think that anybody's trying to do shit to me. I don't think I'm that important. I think people are going to carry on with their fucking lives and do their own thing.
But you carrying pepper spray is equivalent to me not.
Why?
Because I've been in the situation. I've been in the situation before where I know what I am myself is capable of. You said I carry pepper spray because I'm a weak person.
Yeah.
I don't carry pepper spray because I'm not a weak person.
Okay,
So
exactly. Well, but that's the thing. Yeah, that's fine.
But also, I know that if some chick got in your face, you're not pepper spraying her.
no, I'm not.
But I'm basing
But
my
you're
thing.
right, okay.
I'm basing my thing off the equivalent of somebody talking to me, which is going to be probably another man. If a woman's going to talk to me, then I'm going to let a different woman probably handle it, which will either be my girlfriend. And I guarantee, if me and you were out and Ashley was with us too, and she went somewhere and some girl got in my face, you would step to her.
Absolutely,
But
but
you
I would
wouldn't
also
pepper-
I
but
would
you-
also step to a guy though,
But-
and that's just me personally.
But that's what the pepper spray for, is to put yourself in a different scenario. But I know too that if I get into a fight and the dude's bigger than me, I'll probably kick the dude in the dick.
Yeah.
But that's my equivalent to pepper spray, is knowing
Okay.
that if I kicked him in the dick, it's going to be the same thing.
Sure. And if I felt confident in that my
Well,
kick to
dude,
the
get
dick
jumped.
would actually stop something, I would. But it's just, and it's not just like, oh, other women, like, this has happened to them, but, like, I agree 110% to the idea that, like, men should have a certain amount of protection, but I also think that, like, it's fucked up that a man goes out, into a situation and thinks, like, some dude gets in my face, I'm gonna have to, like, be tough. I'm gonna have to be able to take that dude down in order to consider myself, like,
Well, no.
better than him. But, like, women, it's kind of the same thing, but not, because it's for the most part, that idea of, like, I mean, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna win. I don't know.
But there's a difference between a man taking control of you and a man trying to fight me.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
So but that's the thing is you carry pepper spray for a completely different reason than I might fight somebody. And that does make sense to me. If a woman says I carry pepper spray, I don't look at it as a sign of weakness at all in any way. And I think you are.
Stay away from her.
And I do think you're kind of in a way.
What?
I think in a kind of a way you are portraying it in a light where it's like, but I don't think that. If a woman's carrying pepper spray, to me, it's normal. It's natural. It doesn't look to me as a sign of weakness at all in any way whatsoever because my first thing to say to somebody is, you going out? Yeah, you got pepper spray? I would say that.
Yeah.
It's like natural to think that way. You do need to be safe, and that's what it ultimately comes down to is at any cost that you can do to protect yourself, you should do it. So when people get into my situations, everybody in this room, well, probably besides you, ain't not as much, has seen me avoid more fights with my words than get into the actual fights. But at the end of the day, if the fight does happen, then the fight's going to happen. Yeah. And there's nothing sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. But I also know there's a 50% chance that any fight, no matter what, it's either going this way or it's going to go that way. And if it goes that way, then it's going to be bad for me. And maybe I should have carried pepper spray. So, if anything, are you more protected than the average man going out thinking he's going to be in a fight?
Am I more protected? I think it levels the playing field. For me personally, if let's say that like every woman that I'm representing is the exact same mentality, strength, and everything that I am, then yes, it levels the playing field because if a man comes at me, I can't take him. I don't fucking know what to do. I don't know how to fight.
But you'll get in a man's face.
But no, but I also will get in a woman's face. And it's not I don't get in somebody, again, me, I'm not going to get in somebody's face being like, punch me, motherfucker, like, let's do this. Like, no, I'm I want to, like, de-escalate.
Because that's what, hey, but, so, let me ask you this.
I do think that it's fucked up that a guy, in my opinion, if you are a weaker man, if you consider yourself like you're like me as a man, where maybe you've never been in a fight, maybe
don't leave me alone with her.
Something like that. No, but like
because you can't hold your own.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's fucked up.
She has pepper spray.
But I think it's fucked up that a man can't leave the house and feel like he can bring some form of protection because somehow that emasculates him.
On my birthday,
you know what I mean?
I know more men, I should say. All right, it's about 50-50, I should say. Men that go out and think they have to carry a gun or a knife or something like that. So, I mean, that kind of goes in the same boat. I mean, they obviously don't feel emasculated by it. They feel bigger because of it.
Right.
And you've got the people that get themselves into bad situations. They go and they shoot somebody, or they shoot the wrong person.
Right.
It causes bad situations.
Yeah. Definitely. Even pulling out a gun, like I remember one time I was at a bar and I was sitting outside on the back patio, and me and the people I was with, we were smoking, and all of a sudden, like, a fight broke out, cops showed up, shit like that, but it basically came down to the only reason anything escalated as much as it did is because a dude had a gun. So I also look at it as when I go out, and I literally always have pepper spray on me because when I bought it, I put it in a certain place that, like, it's always with me. I don't go out thinking I'm going to use it. I don't think of it at, like, even when someone's, like, if I'm at a bar and Como Te Llamas takes place where some dude's, like, creeping on me, I don't think, like, I'm going to get pepper spray ready.
Well, you should have.
Like, no, I shouldn't have, because I didn't need to. I was clearly correct and not, like, fucking handing it and being like, I'm ready. Like, and that's where then you send a guy out, and a guy has this predisposed mentality, thanks to, like, society. I'm a hippie, whatever. But, like, thanks to society of, like, if I pull out a gun or if I pull out something, somehow that emasculates me because I couldn't hold my own. And it's like, but if you just go out, and in general, you just have a gun in your car. You have a this, you have a that. It's just for the sake of protection. Don't think of it like you're going out and someone starts shit with you and you're like, this dude can say whatever he wants. I got a gun. The worst comes to worst, I'm gonna pull that shit out. That's that's what I'm saying is that's different. I have
most people.
I get what you're saying, but it's like with my mace that I have, I don't think like to myself like if this dude gets out of hand, I got my mace. It's just there. It's just like before I'm even in the situation, it makes me feel more comfortable to handle the situation, basically. You know what I mean? Like, it's just...
Yo, fuck you, nigga.
Hey!
Yo, dude!
Joey's out of rehab.
Joe broke out of rehab!
Again!
And he got the 40! Dude's ready to party.
What, you think I wouldn't make it?
All right.
Joe the Bouncer.
This is Joe the Bouncer!
Nice to meet you.
Julia.
And we're
She's
talking
safe
about,
though,
We're
right?
talking about women's safety.
She's safe though, right?
I heard.
Common theme.
Have a seat.
I'm a big advocate of mace. Man, I got 2 cans of mace in my car right now. I got some shit you can only get in Puerto Rico.
So,
Oh, and you got cigarettes. Cool.
on the subject of like guys, you know, the mentality of like I might have to get in a fight tonight. Just this year's birthday, I almost got in a fight on my birthday because I shit happening, and this stuff's out of your control though.
Yeah, no, it fully is out of your
control.
control.
You have to be prepared, don't you?
Well, and that's why you just like I mean, like again, I can literally I've carried mace since I was 18 years old, and I've gone out. No, never once. I don't even, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know how like the mace thing would actually work, but I'll figure it out. But like.
It's instructions on
But like you go out and it's like never once have I even thought of it as like. I mean, honestly, the only time I've ever thought of my mace is outside of that situation that I would assume I would even
Can I
use
ask you
it.
a question? Though?
Yeah.
So since you've had your mace, have you gotten in anyone's face though?
Have I gotten in anyone's face?
Has it given you that confidence?
Yeah.
No. I absolutely not. And I'm not even being like denial about it. I even told you guys that Komateyama story. At no point did I feel like.
Did you get in his face? Did you yell at him?
I scolded him like a dog. I told him like, no, you don't do that. But I don't feel personally like just because a dude is drunk and hitting on me that he's gonna fucking rape me. That is so extreme. Again, it's like extremists just set the bar for everybody else. Like because there's psychos out there, I'm supposed to assume that every dude that like shows interest is like clearly trying to fucking rape me or like do something else. And I just don't. But it does give me a little bit of confidence to walk to my fucking car at the end of the night.
No, that's just fucking smart.
I see Joe's wheels turning.
It's just, I'm a big advocate. I mean, I've literally gone through buckets of mace. I've had
buckets.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're gonna carry it, put a little dab in your eye. Let them know what it feels, so you won't be so quick to use it. Mm-hmm. Man, and then that's just the politics of it. Because when they first introduced mace to the law enforcement in the South,
they have to get maced.
They were just dumping it on people.
Yeah,
dumping it on people. They didn't know.
But
and then they mandated anybody uses a less than lethal device, i.e. electric device or chemical device,
right.
They have to have it used on themselves first.
Right.
And it cut it literally by 75% of them using this shit because they're like, I know what that shit feels like. Mm-hmm. And I do. I've worked in a couple different prisons. I've bounced for years and years, literally 100 different bars. And I've gone through so much fucking mace. And Darius can attest to that just from this weekend. It shuts people the fuck up. Mm-hmm. They're out there about to fight. If you fight, I'm macing everyone, and then I display it just like they taught me to do in the prison. And literally, they were just like, I don't want to get maced.
I just like the yeah, no.
Yeah.
But even that mentality ties into like you guys kind of like bringing up to me like, oh, but you got in somebody's face, blah 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 blah. I personally, when I get in somebody's face, I know that a big thing about it is that like nobody wants confrontation. Nobody wants that shit. And so like what I do, because I'm a weak, but no, as a girl, I'm a weak, I'm a weak person and stuff like that. So like,
really, it's not weak. She's just saying that for the podcast.
No, but if I stare a motherfucker down and act like I ain't fucking scared. Like, let's do this. I don't want you to hit me. Don't hit me in the face. But it's like
you shouldn't do that because what if you cross the wrong?
But that's exuding that confidence can, in certain situations, get the same result as pulling out my mace and being like, "Look what I fucking got." I'll pull this out and all of you.
Gotten the same people shot or
No, I agree with that. I'm saying from my personal perspective, like why I haven't carried out mace, so I'll get in somebody's face or whatever.
So for that instance, maybe just for that scenario where because you show that confidence, does that confidence kind of come from knowing that you have that mace just in case shit does pop off? You have some type of protection.
For me personally, no. But I also know that I can take a punch to the face. I know that, like, I personally, if somebody started shit with me, I know what I can and can't do. There are women, men, people in general that don't have that. And I think that having a little something in your back pocket to just be like, yeah, let's go. Like, it can make that same effect of, like, de-escalating the situation before it's a situation, basically.
Mm-hmm. So a man gets raped, you don't give a shit.
At what point did I say that?
That's exactly where I saw you were going. I saw that going from a mile away.
But I agree with what she's saying 100%, but I've literally maced people dead in their fucking mouth for talking shit.
My first time macing somebody when I earned my mace, Volcano, I maced that chick who was like, "You guys got spiced rum."
What?
I'm not impressed. And I maced her dead in her fucking mouth. I don't give a fuck.
Not for saying that.
Later on, that was taken way out of context.
Don't try to cover up what he did.
That was way out of context.
Not impressed. Dave's like,
Joe
oh,
said,
yeah.
I don't know, macer. And I went, I'm gonna mace this bitch.
Well, I can tell you right now, speaking of Volcano, all right, so there's a big-ass fight outside. I told every single one of them, they were just on the brink of fighting. I said, if you fight, I'm macing every single fucking one of you. You ain't macing me, you're the first motherfucker I'm macing. And that's exactly what happened. And I got every single person, just little dab a do you, right in their fucking face. And they were just like, man, you maced me. What, you deaf too? I told you.
First off, you wasn't dabbing. You maced that crowd like you was washing your car.
Like Officer Towers and
But everybody did get it because he was like in crevices, making sure you got something in your nose.
So it was like Officer Towers and
And then, and dude was like, you gonna reimburse me for my shirt?
I was like, nah.
Don't put yourself in a situation where you might get maced and then complain when you get some mace on you.
Right.
Yeah. And then ask for a reimbursement.
But the guy who said that,
You're wearing a white t-shirt.
Listen, but the guy who said that was on the bottom getting stomped the fuck out. And I stopped the fight with Mace.
And he asked for reimbursement of his shirt?
And that's what I said. I said, no, I couldn't have I didn't have to mace him. I could have let him kill you.
I hope he
And
kept a
was like,
receipt for his
you're right.
hands because they garbage.
But the best one was we were in the club and I had just got that I have a gel and I have a foam, which I can use indoors. You can't use the regular shit indoors. It'll clear the fucking place out. I pulled out my mace. It was that vision when we were in the little bar. And I said, what you gonna do, mace me inside? I was like, and that shit, and the gel is so nasty, man. It's like thick snot. And it's just like, he's like, oh my God. He ran into the women's restroom to wash it out, and I just let him go. I was like, that shit's bad, man. It's like super bad. But the best was when we were at Volcano, and I went over Marky's shoulder with that pepper foam. And was like, and Marky said, he said, honestly, I thought it was a laser. He said, that's all I could think of was that you just shot that nigga in the face with a laser.
You know,
Dude.
Bro.
I've always gotten the feeling that if somebody's carrying mace, they're just kind of dying to use it.
No, I don't carry it.
That's a bad thing. Because would you have assumed that I'm dying to use it on you?
I think he's thinking.
Like, seriously.
If I had some mace,
Like
I'm dying to use it.
Thank you. Exactly.
I don't want to
You're
have
like
to
looking
use
around
it.
at the bar like, that
Nope.
guy.
I'm waiting for a nigga to get maced.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the situation where you have to use
Exactly,
it, but
yeah.
you want to be like,
Yeah.
fuck you!
You want to make somebody. Oh, damn, you want to
man.
spill your beer on Sam's carpet
Yeah.
on the podcast.
So I think you're out.
No, you know what?
We're live.
I understand exactly what he's saying, and that is true. You get it, you want to use it,
Yeah.
and that's the whole reasoning why
look at
they
cops.
make people have
Well,
it used
You
on
can
them.
buy a gun
Yeah, no.
and not want to go to the range
But
and
in-
test it out.
Well,
That's why.
In general,
I
that
mentioned
feeds-
Officer Towers.
yeah.
Officer
Towers.
Towers.
He maced everything.
He maced. First off, I was at that fight.
I understand.
I got maced.
I understand why Officer Towers maced everything. Because he couldn't put his hands on you. You guys are little fucking assholes, and you talk
Thank
shit
you.
to him every
Yeah.
chance you got. So every chance he got, he's fucking macing
So
you.
the African
And he's going to make sure he gets your forehead so it sprays out and it gets the whole fucking crowd.
He might make somebody because he was late to class.
But that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
He did.
Every little chance.
But it's the same idea behind, like, you talk about, like, and I'm not getting into this, but, like, gun control in general, where people are like, honestly, if you have a gun in your home, you're whatever percent more likely to use the gun. Or, like, if you have a pool in your back fucking yard,
More likely
you're,
to have
like,
somebody grab
X
it.
percent more likely to
80%
have somebody
less.
grab.
That's
Yeah, exactly.
80%.
It's the same thing. If I have mace in
common
my
sense.
purse...
That's not even science.
Yeah,
That's
right.
just... If I have a TV, I'm 100% more chance used to watch it.
100%.
If I don't? If I don't have a TV, I'm actually 200% chance of not watching TV. Yeah, because you don't own one.
Exactly.
Because you're always asking to come over to my house and watch my fucking TV.
No, I understand that, and I don't want to get into gun control because
Yeah.
I got a ton of fucking guns,
Right.
and it's like it's not a matter of not everybody should have a fucking gun,
Right.
And not
No,
everybody should
they
have
shouldn't.
fucking mace.
Right, but that's why I
No,
see
they
it as
shouldn't.
like I don't even like if
They
I
should
don't
not
have
mace.
like I might not even take
No.
like my mace into a place. I mean, like most places, I won't take my fucking mace into the place with me. But it's like
If you're not taking your mace into IHOP, why do you even have it?
because
No, but
That's a good point. No, that's a good point.
But he is making a good point.
That's a
You
very
should-
good
if
point.
you're gonna have it, you should carry it everywhere you go.
That's
and it
but
don't work.
I don't have it for the purpose.
It don't work in your car.
Like I don't no, but I don't have it for the purpose
That it was made for.
of like anybody at any time is going to do
I'm macing
something.
a
You're
nigga,
right. No, it's
and
a
I'm
very
macing his
specific
flapjacks.
situation, and maybe
those
that's
down.
me being, and that's 100% me being biased.
Okay, but
me
here-
thinking that 10 times more likely I'm going to use my mace going out to like a
Joe,
bar than I am
Great
going to IHOP.
recommendation.
Oh yeah, that beer's
Super
good.
good, dude.
Okay, so here, let me explain something to you.
Okay.
So I come over to my mom's house, which is him
Yeah.
and his brother's grandmother's house, and I have my gun on my hip. Marky, his brother, says, "Really? You carry your gun to grandma's house?" I was like, "Marky, if I knew when I was going to need it, I just would avoid those situations."
Right.
I said, because
Exactly.
let me tell you something. The people that died in that movie theater watching fucking Batman, do you think that they thought maybe I should bring my pistol? This is the movie.
Fuck no.
Nothing's going to happen.
I'm watching
When
Batman.
somebody walks into fucking IHOP and they start robbing the place and they're like, we're going to kill some people or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. That is... Man, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
Like a
And
condom,
when it-
yeah.
and
It's
when
like
it-
being overdressed instead of under. You'd rather be over.
when you do have your mace and you're walking to your car, it don't do you no good in your purse. It don't do you no good in your pocket. Put it in your fucking hand.
You're 100% right because honestly, what you're saying means that, like, statistically speaking, like, I'm walking out to my car in any given situation. I
thought you were saying
personally
I'm good.
am
Sorry.
going to take my mace going from a bar to my car
Yeah.
than I am going from IHOP to my car.
and
But
you
that
know-
doesn't
but-
mean that there's any less of a chance of something happening that I'm going to need it.
No,
You're right.
no, but you're probably right though. You are more likely to be harassed or assaulted
Well, that's where you're going to see, like, a personal difference
between
between
All
everybody.
right, but
yeah.
on the other side of that, me, for example, I don't own a gun. I've never carried a gun. Nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been in more, quote, dangerous situations walking up and down my street than going to Court Avenue.
Well, that's just like they say. Most accidents happen within a block of your house or a mile of your house.
Well, but
Right.
I personally like the reasons behind why I own mace. Ever since then, buying mace, I have never been in that situation since. And you
that's
could
good.
I could sit here and attribute it to because like, oh, I had the mace, but clearly not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just it goes both ways. I see both
So I'm
sides
just
of
gonna
that.
be 100% honest. If I had mace, I'd be really immature with it.
So,
Well, I'm pretty sure we would at one point.
But with a gun, like I see there's more severity with that, so I wouldn't be too as immature.
So it's
but
okay if you kill somebody,
Well, here's the thing,
if
though.
they're blind, who cares?
it's just like I was telling a girl last
smile,
night
you're
at the
white.
bar who said I got pepper spray, and if he runs up on me in the bar, I'm going to use it. And I was like, then I'm going to have you arrested, and you're going to get charged with terrorism. Because you released a chemical agent in a crowded area, and people might get hurt. I said, you've never seen what mace does inside of a bar like this with the ceiling fans going.
It's bad.
Everybody will fucking panic.
Well,
I
but
was
that could the same could
Because you
be
get
said
maced
if I
and you
said that I.
fucking panic.
Well,
Yeah,
you
that's the whole point of mace.
Well,
But
think-
like,
think of
I could
every
say the same
movie-
thing if I carried a gun.
Think of every movie in a prison setting where a hornet's nest has been released. Everybody hits the fucking decks and freaks the fuck out, and it's fucking gone.
As long as you're hurting.
It's because this is fucking.
The Longest Yard is like the only movie I've ever seen one of those released. Really,
I've seen them released on
Like
videos,
movie-wise?
on
Like-
prison videos.
Like on Spike TV and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, but
It's a 68 caliber rubber ball that comes at you at 300 feet per second. And there's a bunch of them. It's gonna make you hit the fucking ground because the shit it can literally kill
I'm hitting the
you.
ground when somebody usually sneezes every once in a while. You seen that bat flew into the bar last night. I lost my mind.
So I just want to kind of just say one thing on a positive note that we have reached over 100 likes.
Oh,
Nice.
We're at 151.
We're at 153.
We just got some more during this podcast.
We've doubled our likes since yesterday. So,
I just want to be
I'm into that.
I'm just glad we're growing, so that's a good thing to hear. So
For sure.
So
Definitely
thank-
more
thank you
famous
all.
than Overton.
Thank you very
No, I'll get
much.
it. I got it.
wow.
That was a low blow, you fucking asshole.
What?
Yeah, but I was with Duke, so.
Oh, yeah. That's-
So it's
Yeah, that was your low point.
But I didn't want to be with Duke.
But
For
you
sure.
were. But you were.
But I were. You didn't want to be Steve, but you were.
I know.
And when did he just start randomly start popping up where I can see his comments?
Everywhere.
Steve.
Everywhere. He's never gone away.
It's a bird.
The bird killer.
I I was so mad when I saw it. I was
Fucking
like,
hawk.
Swooping in.
All I remember the last time I saw this comment was when Darius just made fun of because he brought up my band, and Darius like, "Shut up, Sam's better at this than you are," and then he didn't comment back. It's the last time I see it.
what was that comment just today? Or yesterday?
Talking about
He wanted to be a bouncer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, get out of here. I'll use my words. Get the fuck out of my face.
I'm
I've never liked you.
gonna outsmart them with my
You're
intellect.
one of them kids. You're one of them kids I wouldn't let in my house when Darius.
That's exactly.
Yo, is
right.
Darius here? Nah, get the fuck out of here.
That's exactly true.
I didn't care for that kid.
So this is an old friend of ours named Steve Gillen.
Oh, yeah, I don't know
Shout
this
out.
person.
Oh, yeah.
Shot at.
It's okay, I can, connect with the audience, because I don't have any idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
Just know that this guy probably sucks.
yeah, the kid definitely a fucking move. Very careful on it.
Yeah.
Sucking.
You get roasted on the live podcast, your life's over.
You better start commenting.
I was
Hey,
dropping
first
first and last names earlier, so
Yeah.
petty wop.
You said
Petty
Skylar Solstice. And then, I just made fun of his whole life. So. Talking about you beat him
Should
up.
have got served. Don't get served if you don't want to get brought up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You act like he ain't. He's probably telling somebody like, "Man, I'll beat the shit out of him right now."
You ever think about that
Right.
stuff?
I
You
do,
ever think
all the
about
time.
How many
people are
you
just
got
talking?
Yeah.
You got the story, and then what's their version that they?
Yeah,
tell?
no, I do. I actually do want to know that.
Yeah.
Because I got in a fight once with John Hickle.
Did he break your nose?
He said he broke my nose and broke my arm and knocked out all my teeth. And I was like, I came back to school looking fine, and his face was fucking
See,
half gone.
you can't do that at school. You can't be like, I broke his nose, because when he comes back,
He was at school the next day, first period, 7:40.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
And then
up.
you came to school with an eye patch. Like,
2
You
days
got
later.
a little friend that said he fucking came into my house, knocked me out,
Matt.
sat and watched all my movies or something while I was not.
That's
It's
awesome.
like 176 hour of movie time.
I'd be pissed
While
off
you're
somebody came
asleep.
in my house, watched my
Talking
movies.
shit to your body. Yeah, watch.
Yeah.
No movie. You know what movie we'll watch next, Joe? We'll watch a little thing
I'm
called
just
Scarface.
like in the corner. He's just like, yeah. Hey, how you work the picture on your remote?
Well, that's right. You can't talk because you knocked the fuck out.
I was like, that shit just didn't happen. But when it was told to me, it was told to me in a manner where they were asking me if it happened, and I was like, "Oh, word!" And then it was just like,
I wasn't asking. I knew what happened. He said, "Yeah, I ran up at Joe's spot, knocked him out, watched all his movies," and I was like, "Don't say that roast."
Oh, no, I no.
I was like, "Don't say that roast in public."
Just grab me another one so I can just.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
gotta open it for him. You have to open it for him.
Have another one. No, I'm
Man,
not
I'll take
having
one.
another
I'll take another beer, Black
Gotta
Belt.
open it
I was
for
always
both.
wondering this too,
Yeah.
Open yours though.
based on
Oh, wait, I'm gonna
everybody's
open it for
opinion
you.
here,
Do ya?
because we don't talk too much. We talk a lot about like TV, but we talk about like TV based off what we know as TV today, which would be like Hulu and Netflix or things like that.
Right.
This is
But
real life.
based on everybody's own opinion, what's your favorite sitcom?
Sit.
Okay, so I used to like.
Or you
so-
even like sitcoms?
I did a couple of them that I got into.
I used to like How I Met Your Mother. Remind me a lot.
Yeah.
I was.
My all-time favorite sitcom, straight up 2.5 Men.
Nope.
Ew.
Nope.
I don't know why.
You know what? Every
I don't
episode
either.
I've seen of
What?
Roseanne.
Right, hey, listen,
Every
I
fucking
can't last.
episode.
So I used to watch a lot of. I haven't seen every episode.
Well, back when I was a kid, there wasn't nothing but sitcom. That's all you had. You know what I'm saying? Gilligan's Island and motherfucking
I don't bring up Seinfeld.
Three's Company or whatever it was. Seinfeld was.
Seinfeld's
man, I'll tell you
my
what,
top.
I didn't like Seinfeld until it went out of syndicate. Or until it.
Yeah, when
Oh,
you put salt in it, it's gonna fizz up a little bit. Black boy, you gotta put your lips on it.
This nigga.
Rookie.
I remember my first Mexican beer.
I don't drink beer.
But you wanna put a lime?
No.
You just
Couple
step on
lines
it and you dig it deeper into the carpet? The fuck is wrong with you, animal?
Yeah, my sitcom, ultimate sitcom is Seinfeld. Like, Stefan sent me a picture of an episode once,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yo, Seinfeld." First off, black people like Seinfeld. I don't know why. But it's just like, I don't know, maybe it falls under like Seinfeld. If you ain't got cable, you probably watch Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And that's what it boils down to.
It's
too.
just like Star
It's-
Trek.
It's what you watch.
Well,
What you
like,
had.
that's
Yeah.
always my argument is, why do you like Star Trek more than Star Wars? And it's
You
like,
had Star
because I'm
Trek.
telling you right now, when you're up at 2 a.m, after Girls Gone Wild fucking infomercials, we're watching Star Trek.
And that's true though, because like growing up when we didn't have cable, that's all you had was
Like
what was on TV.
when I went to school, and then we would talk about like cartoons and shit. I would talk about shit that was like on the Fox box.
Yeah.
And people were like, "You don't watch Disney." I'm like, "Disney?
Will you mention like one of the shows that you're talking about?
The fuck is Disney?" Like I'm watching like lame ass Sonic the Hedgehog things.
That's what I used to
Whatever
watch.
they could bring up. Kirby was on there. Me and Joe used to watch One Piece. That was like a cartoon.
One
that was
Piece
on the
is
Fox.
great. Yeah,
see?
fuck yeah.
And he does not remember it to this day, but Joe got elephant memory, and an elephant had shit memory.
But
Just like all the time. He's got a shitty ass trunk. It's like an elephant with two trunks. Like it's impressive to see, but you know he came out. It's nice to look at, but
I don't remember a lot, but that's why I surround myself with people who remember shit for me. But I do remember.
we'll bring up things though when I was like 2.
Yeah.
But
Remember when?
But yeah, so things like that. But he sent me a picture. Stefan sent me a picture. He's like, "Yo, Seinfeld," and I was like, "Big salad." And it wasn't like the chick was holding a salad or
You're just
nothing like that
referencing
in the
that
episode.
part.
Just one picture, and it was a random picture in the episode. And I was like, ah, "Big salad," and he went, "How the fuck did you know that?" And I was like, "Bro, I watch a lot of Seinfeld." And when I found out it was on Hulu.
Yeah.
My whole life for the next like 2 weeks went to watching every episode.
So you know what
of
show I'm upset that isn't on Hulu, just because I used to love that skit. It's Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
I'm a Bel Air fan.
I'm a huge Fresh Prince of Bel Air fan.
I didn't like it when I was
It'll
younger
never
though. I
happen.
thought it was fucking gay.
You didn't
I
used to
actually
watch
like-
a lot?
I-
Cosby. We watched a lot of Cosby.
I remember that.
And Different World.
That's not. I don't think that's on Netflix, on Hulu at all.
It-
Either.
of course it's
they
not.
Not now.
If it
Yeah,
was, they would've dropped
exactly.
it.
Well, yeah.
That got dropped real quick.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, when I grew up, some old ass man, that's what you did. It's just like my mom's generation before me. They grew up on the little itty bitty fucking spaceman TV, and they'd be stuck to their eight shows that they had, and it was the end of the broadcast day at fucking.
Most of
But
them
that's
like
good though.
news,
'Cause
though.
that's weird.
And
that
before that, they sat around a fucking radio.
Right, and heard
before,
stories.
And before that, they sat around a fire and read the fucking Bible. So I mean, every generation's got their
Barnes is already.
We're in like the prime TV, like binge watching generation. Like you, because
yeah.
going along with what you're saying, so it goes from like sitting around watching the radio. Okay, and then you go into
Now
the
it's like sit at
the
Starbucks
sitcoms,
and
and then it's just sit
binge.
around and like you literally watch an entire season, like you said about
That's
was
how
it
the-
Luke Cage
I
in a
watched that
fucking
in a day.
day.
But that's how.
And it's like,
but
that's how
my
we're
point,
gonna
though.
be, so,
So
yeah.
that's my point,
Yeah.
though. It's not just my point, but that's a good point. That's how. If you notice, this is and you noticed it, and you're pointing it out that's how the next generation is going to receive their sitcoms.
Yeah.
It's going to be the entire season. You get the whole season. You can choose to watch it how you want to watch it, or you can just sit down and just be fucking fat
that
and
makes-
watch the whole fucking thing, which is how I.
Yeah, but that
I-
makes a huge
I get enough
difference
pizza rolls
in that.
going, and I just.
Because back then, TV was like a family moment.
But
It was.
even
now it's
back
not.
before that, radio was a big moment. Like like my dad, he got me into this. It's a radio show called. It was like Fire Sign Theater, and I love it. It's this thing called Nick Danger Third Eye. My dad got me into it because back in like the fucking 70s, him and his 5 brothers and sisters used to sit around and listen to
And would
this
love it.
Fireside Theater, and like he specifically loved Nick Danger Third Eye, which was like a skit that they would do basically.
Yeah, I know.
But it's like it just evolves where his version of that is sitting around back in the 70s when he's like 11, waiting for like that specific thing to come on, and then they don't do that sketch. So he's like, oh, whatever. So like like that thing keeps going, and then you talk about like you watched like Cosby back in the day. My dad also watched that like when they got like older or whatever. And
I
I
never
personally,
watched Cosby.
I grew up with like Seinfeld, huge. Seinfeld, King of Queens, like all those different like sitcoms that my grandparents and my mother
King of
would-
Queens?
yeah, love
But
it.
if you were black,
But, like,
if
they
you
would
were
sit
black,
around
you would
and
call it King of
watch.
Queens.
But then it's like,
What do you call it?
but every,
Doug and whatever his wife was.
Doug and Carrie.
You call it Doug and Carrie.
but I think it makes a huge difference because like you think back into like the radio days with that. It's just, it is what it is. It was the Fireside Theater, it was whatever. And then you get into like that generation where it was like Seinfeld is thought of like, it's a show about nothing, but the reason it was so successful is because you think of it like episode by episode. Because you have to wait a fucking week and a half
and
for a new episode to come out.
And they would
And
shit on
episode
more.
to episode,
And they would.
but now when I think of like the only example that comes to mind is like South Park, because South Park back in the day I thought of as like episode by episode because it was the same kind of like thing. But now that binging and doing entire seasons at a time is the whole thing. I like last season of South Park.
Genius because they dropped super relevant.
Oh yeah, they're genius. But
it's with the time.
6 days.
It's pop culture relevant for that day. Period.
For me, when I think of the last season of South Park and what I expect to think of this season of South Park is the entire season as a whole. I couldn't tell you one specific episode out of from the other, and that's the difference between like this generation.
Well, I said that too. Is that like sitcoms and stuff or anything like that or anything TV based is becoming a lot more linear than it used to.
Absolutely.
Be. Like I guarantee, in the next 6 months, South Park has an episode about Trump. A separate episode about Harambe.
But that's
I'm surprised they didn't do Harambe
right
off the bat.
What she's saying is like the season is one episode now.
Yeah,
that's true.
As opposed to it being episode by episode.
Because it's so convenient.
Like it's like watching 24. It's like, well, you know, this nigga's only got 24 hours.
You got 6 episodes.
As opposed to where
Sutherland.
Yeah, South Park will do it to where the last episode will reference the first episode that they've had, and it continues in the play off that.
That's why I give those guys the credit they deserve.
But you should give like all the shows, because like some of the best shows that we have, like what I mean, again, this is like dumb because it's in like the last few. Okay, Netflix in general, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, everything like that. They don't release one Orange is the New Black.
They just give
like,
it a full season.
Exactly.
If they release
so we don't think of it as like I waited an entire week to find out if that girl died.
But that's the thing. Netflix, they built their entire everything off of binge watching.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And that's
which is
our
smart.
generation.
Which
yeah.
is smart.
Oh,
We're gonna have to finish this in episode 3.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
She's still safe.
Yeah.
I'm fine, guys.
Joey's here.
Hey, Joey's here.
Joey's here.
Joey's here to keep you guys safe and quiet.
Joe's safe too. Tell him you're safe.
Yeah, tell me safe.
She's safe.
No, but is Joey safe?
It's
You all right, Joe?
No, really, guys, I'm fine.
You all right?
Joe, you cool?
Fuck you, man. Why?
All right, this has been part 2 in Hannibal Lecter's dining room this time.
I can't stand you, motherfucker.
Stay tuned for part 3 of the Mixed Blend for tonight.
Your podcast away. You ain't really in the mixed blend.